Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Marine Forester Recital Hall. At this time, we ask you to put your electronic devices into flight mode and to refrain from any recording and flash photography. We would also like to remind you that food and drink are not permitted in the hall. Thank you, and enjoy the performance.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to introduce my friend Victor Bateman here, who's a bass player. I think you figured that out. We have a band called the Button Factory Band, which is named after the Button Factory here in Waterloo, which is the first place we ever played. And we're starting to play some of this music these days, some standards by country masters and jazz masters. And when we play with that band, we're actually pretty loud. It's kind of more subversive, so this is the extreme contrast of that sort of thing. If you're interested in seeing that group, we're playing at the Jazz Room on November the 1st. Victor and Bateman, myself, and a former grad from here in the comp program and percussion program, Brandon Valdivia, who's kind of on tour right now with Jeremy Dutcher, who won the Polaris Prize. This can go on and on and on and on and on. So we're going to carry on with a Hank Williams classic.
That means he's lost the will to live. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Silence of a falling star, light up a purple sky. so lonesome I could cry. I'm so lonesome I could cry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This next song was written for a film called 7 Times Lucky, which came out in 2003. And my wife, Margaret Sweatman, wrote the lyrics, and it's pretty typical. Maybe some of you out there are going to be film composers one of these days, and you'll probably run into the same frustration that I run into, which is the director has this great idea, got a great record collection, and puts the music onto their film, and they get stuck on it, and they need that music to be there. And then they can't afford it because it's, the music is written and recorded by superstars, and they charge a lot of money. So they come to guys like me to try to imitate that same thing. So our job was to, there's a jazz standard called You Don't Know What Love Is. And this song had to be exactly the same number of bars, exactly the same tempo, more or less the same kind of feel, but not that song. And we won a genie for it, so, that's value of theft, I guess, I don't know. I don't know why I thought the sun wouldn't rise tomorrow. Just like always, same old sorrow. I don't know why I sing the saddest song about you. Lost my luck when I first saw you. If you turned my way, it was to see if I'd follow. Pick my pocket, steal my heart. I don't know why I thought the stars wouldn't shine in the night sky. Just like always, bright as white lights. I don't know why I think that I can make it good again. Play it straight, I'm in your hands then. When you turn my way, I'm just the fool who wants to follow. I'm onto your game, steal my heart. When you turn my way, I'm just the fool who wants to follow. Pick my pocket, steal my heart. Thank you. I don't remember if I mentioned the name of the film. It's called 7 Times Lucky. You might still be able to find it out there on YouTube or something. A lot of my students think I'm good at multitasking because I have to do so many things when I'm here. But I'm not. But I'm going to try to talk while I tune my guitar here and tell you about this song. There's kind of a tradition in roots music, blues and country music, bluegrass music, classical music. I'd call that roots music. Jazz, music that has standards, I say. You know, they have standards. You've got to know a few tunes, or else you're not really playing the music. Is that a lot of the tunes are a lot like other tunes. There's a lot of sort of stealing that goes on. You're playing the guitar with a banjo player. You're doing Whiskey Before Breakfast, which is a bluegrass standard, and you've never played it before, so you learn it and you take it home and you forget a little bit of what he showed you, so you kind of just fill it in with your own thing. And then it becomes kind of a different tune, and then you pass it on to someone else, and sort of, what is that, grandmother's whisper? You know, there's this lovely tradition of things that always morphing into new things. So this song is based on a standard that is often used in jazz circles. It's often called St. James Infirmary Blues. But it actually isn't a jazz standard. That was one of the thefts. It actually comes from England, because St. James Infirmary, the song, was written in England, and it's considered to be more of a folk song from England, kind of a tragic song. But some really wonderful American jazz musicians picked it up, like Cab Calloway, for example. There's a great version on YouTube by Cab Calloway, and a really good one by Louis Armstrong. And then guys like Bob Dylan come along, and they take the tune and they change a few chords, and he calls it Blind Willie Mctell, which is all about the civil rights movement in the States in the 50s, but it's using all sorts of biblical metaphors. I used to play that song quite a bit. I really like it. It's an excellent song, but it is taken from St. James Infirmary Blues. Bob Dylan has himself sitting in the St. James Hotel in the last verse, so he actually alludes to the song St. James. And Blind Willie Mctell loved to play the 12-string guitar, and I play a 12-string guitar a lot myself, so I wrote a song based on St. James Infirmary Blues and Blind Willie Mctell. They're all kind of the same song. And I thought I'd even go back further when I was writing the words. The words are all based on a Shakespeare play, and everyone gets a free ticket to our next concert if you can figure out which Shakespeare play. Sun's going down on the town, and the innocent ones do weep. There's a goodly soul getting tied to the gallows pole, while the baby the queen. What do the angels say? The jester shatters the figurine, and the old world fades away. And the crows have taken his eyes. He reconciles with his kin. Then dies. All the good men blinded or bound, and the great ladies rejoice. A lone monk makes an exquisite sound with a broken voice. Cordelia lies, big hint there, on the funeral pyre. The mourners weep. The sun goes down and takes her fire, while the baby There's a ghostly man, and he's cursed and crazy. The lion has no teeth. He scatters the birds with an English daisy. There's a tempest on the heath. Okay, how many guessed King Lear? Okay, good. That's an A+, that's another A+. Very good.
Some of these days, gonna miss me, honey. Some of these days, gonna feel so lonely. You're gonna miss my hugging, gonna miss my kissing. You're gonna miss me, baby, when you go away. I feel so lonely, cried for you only. 'Cause you know, pretty baby, you had your way. And if you leave me, I know 'twill grieve me. You're gonna miss me, baby, some of these days. Some of these days you're gonna feel so lonely. You're gonna miss my hugging, you're gonna miss my kissing, you're gonna miss me, baby, when you go away. I feel so lonely, cried for you only, 'cause you know, pretty baby, you had your way. And if you leave me, I know it'll grieve me. You're gonna miss me, baby, some of these days. You're gonna miss me, baby, some of these days.
Thank you. Thank you. Probably noticed that we're kind of fond of Thelonious Monk, and Victor and I and Brandon, as the Button Factory Band, are starting to develop a Thelonious Monk show that we do with our band that sometimes sounds a bit more like a punk band than a jazz band, so we're pretty interested in Thelonious Monk's music because it's, he's I think he's one of the best composers of the 20th century. I was reading an article about him the other day that said that he has about 60 compositions in the active repertoire, meaning that this is his repertoire that's active. There's probably someone playing a Thelonious Monk composition as we speak. I guess it's us.
Well,
we're not quite there
right
yet.
now.
Yeah. And so it seems fitting that we should finish up with one of his classic standards that a lot of people like to play. Bit of a cramp in my hand, so I'm just flying.